Really quick though, really quick, because I know we just came off that segment. But this is like real life locker room because it's tough to regroup.
That's a good point.
It's tough to regroup. Like I'm looking at my dog right now, like we all thinking like, dang man, that just happened. And this is how we really are in the locker room, talking to each other like. And this was before a game. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy because I see everybody's body language, and usually when stuff like this happens, you walk into the locker room, you look at your brother, you like, you good, bro? You see that? You know what I'm saying? It's a tough situation. Not to get you off track,
but... That's a good point, because I was trying to get back on topic for y'all at home. I looked at my dog 2-5, and he wasn't doing his normal joint, so I was like, okay.
Turn on the boom box.
So I had to pivot, and truly, now we're bringing y'all into the real, not just of a locker room, but the real of our mindset, like James just hit it on the head. Like, sometimes having to transition from a topic like watching your teammate get detained, getting thrown onto the ground, getting back into football mode, which is what we all tried to do, but we all faking it to some degree, like for the sake of y'all. We're all kind of faking the funk to get back into a conversation. But well said, James, because I was trying to, but it was much harder to actually do than it may have seemed, especially in this segment. But again, there is no easy transition, so I'll transition nonetheless. Russell Wilson did not play in the game because of a calf injury. Justin Fields, he got the start. Justin Fields, he struggled mightily over the course of his career, but the Steelers are 1-0 with Justin Fields. James, let me ask you this question. Russell Wilson, he was in a quarterback competition going into the season. He is the starter, but he missed the game. Should he be worried about his job?
He absolutely should be worried. He should have been worried when he was the starter. It was a competition. Whenever I'm in a competition and I can't compete in the competition, I should be worried. Russell Wilson, all training camp, Mike Tomlin said, this is a competition. He played in the very last preseason game. They named him the starter. Then you got hurt. Justin Fields goes out there, doesn't play lights out, but gets a W. If he goes out there this weekend again and gets another W, he's 2-0. If I know Mike Tomlin gonna be looking like, the young fella might not be lights out, but we're winning football games. We might not need no change right now. You're in a competition, even if you were starting and playing. If you play bad, Justin Fields is going out there. You're in a competition, so you absolutely should be worried, and you should be hurrying up to try to get back out here and get 100% so you can compete in this competition.
You know, we can all hear a question and answer it differently.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to go back to when I played, right? When I was a freshman or a rookie trying to start, we had Brian Westbrook, right? And I was like, yo, you think he worried about me, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he was hurt. So I was starting because he was hurt. He was a real starter. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm quick, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. But he knows more than me. He's more confident than me, right? He knows the plays. And he's been more successful in this league. He ain't worried about me, right? He leaves. I become the starter. Now, I'm not the guy, but they like, oh, this kid can play, okay? I start balling. They drafted dude. So I bought it my second year. I had like, I don't know, like 1,400 yards all purpose, something like that.
Only 1,400.
Light work.
So look, that's a lot. My next year, I'm the guy, all pro, all that type of stuff, right? And they're bringing, Andy Reid said, hey, we're gonna take this running back, such and such, he's this and that third, Ronnie Brown. And I was like, so I'm training, like, am I worried? So I thought about it, well, could he outdo me, right? And I started thinking about, okay, he's not as quick as me, he's not as tough as me. I'm not worried about that. Because he can't do what I can do. So, and then now once I'm at the top of the hill, it's like there's certain guys where, am I worried? When you're worried, it's if somebody could do your job and better. When I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers at quarterback, Justin Fields won this game, right? Can't take nothing away from that. But if I'm Russ, if I play that 70% with a bad calf, can I win this game? The answer is probably yes. So my thing is, when you talk about being worried, you need to show me something to make me worried. Not just winning a game, because they win that game the old-fashioned Steelers way. Right? The last 3 years, they won 18. Great defense, get turnovers, where offense give me a little bit of production, and we don't win the game.
Can I ask
Russ, you good, Russ?
Can I ask you a question?
Because we ain't worried.
So let's say you're the shady McCoy that was racing Aaron Donald with no shoes on and all that. You ain't really got a lot of juice left. And Ronnie Brown coming there.
Are you be Bryce Brown? Bryce Brown would have been
let's use Ronnie Brown.
Ronnie Brown, I think, was 03.
Hold up, Bryce Brown. He was the #1 player in the country, right? He was so good at transfer all these different schools. He was a 7th round draft pick, something like that. He was nothing like that, right? And I remember seeing, like, oh, the dude was 6'2", about 230 pounds, 4'3". Yo, I get a concussion. He plays against the Panthers. He has 180 yards. The next game, he had like 100.
You want to worry, though.
Yo, I remember that's a shady Hodger. I say, I'm good. I'm ready to go. You know why? Though? Because I was worried.
There it is.
Because he wasn't better, but
Yeah.
if they see this kid I was thinking probably like 9.5 a year.
No doubt.
I'm making all this money, he's not making nothing, and he's doing the same thing I'm doing, right?
Gotta go,
That's what's
Shady.
called worry. So
Gotta go,
Justin
Shady.
Fields is not in this conversation about being worried.
But I do think that Russell Wilson is a little worried. Whether he should be or not, it's too early to tell. And I say that, and you said it just like that. When you were going after and Bryce Brown was drafted, you had all those thoughts in your head. Can you imagine what Russell Wilson's feeling in his head right now? The guy was inactive, and he was dressed in full pads, guys. He was inactive, and he was dressed on the sideline in full gear. When was the last time you saw that?
Never, ever.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm like, man, Russ is like telling the team, like, I need to be out there. I want to be out there. I want to do this. At the end of the day, Justin Fields, you don't turn the ball over. It's your job to lose. Like, Justin Fields 4-2 in games. He doesn't turn the ball over. If they go out and win again, like, I'm a big component of what Andy Reid says, right? You can't lose your spot for injury.
Yep.
Okay, but you got to imagine Mike Tomlin's mindset. Let me take you into the head coach's mindset because, in my opinion, you could always start Russell and then go to Justin if it fizzles out. So I think that's what the quarterback competition really was, because I don't think it was a quarterback actual competition. Okay, that's what Tomlin said to take some pressure off himself, all right? But now Russell's like, man, my calf can't play. They agree it's not the best in their opinion. So now your Fields, it's going to be much more difficult from a public perception, to go Fields and then back to Russell and then to Fields again if Russell doesn't play well.
Can I ask a question? You never thought it was a quarterback competition, even with Russell Wilson being out there
I thought
in the
they
fourth
played the exact
preseason
same.
game?
No.
I don't know what you've been watching.
So if he was the clear starter, you think he still plays in the fourth preseason?
I'm just saying, he hadn't played at all. I think the fourth preseason game against the Detroit Lions, he played like 6 or 7 plays, both Fields and him. I think it was more of like a warm-up. Is your calf okay? Tell me your calf's okay. It looked fine to me. He made some good throws in that preseason game. He was 2 for 2.
I got a question for y'all. Is it more about Justin Fields or Russell Wilson? Meaning last night, Monday Night Football, 20, 30 million people watching, Jordan Mason, an undrafted running back, started for the San Francisco 49ers. He had a career-high rushing yards, I believe 148, 150 rushing yards on 28 carries. It was a field day. But the starter, Christian McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year, he has nothing to worry about.
Zero.
Because he's Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
So though Jordan Mason might be the leading rusher in the NFL right now, and he might be an RB1 for some team, he's not going to start because of McCaffrey.
Okay.
Is it more shady about Russ being good, Russ being McCaffrey in this situation? Is it more about Russell Wilson, or is it more about Justin Fields? Like, if Justin throws for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, still Russ? Or like, well, obviously that would be hard to do.
Heck no.
Give him like 180 and 2 touchdowns. That's like more his capability.
All right.
But 60 yards rushing.
Who's it more about? Who's it more about?
I think it's more about Russ. Russ being the guy that has been proven in this league, right? Russ being the guy who had a team of great defense, right? Solid running game, and found a way to win the Super Bowl. That's the formula that the Steelers are. I think when we think about this quarterback competition, it's about the quarterbacks, and it's really not. It's about who are we as a team? What's our identity? If you ask T.J. Watt, hey, man, do you want Russ or do you want Justin? You know what he's going to say? It don't matter.
He don't care.
It don't matter.
You know why? You know why I say it don't matter?
He don't care.
I don't care. They're the same guy, right? And I'll probably take the guy that's more of...
Mobile?
No, more experienced. You know, been in a situation where he's not going to lose his games. I watch Justin Fields, and I hate that y'all act like y'all haven't watched him do this. I watch him play good and lose games, right? I bet on this dude.
See, for me, I think it has more to do with Russ being bad. If Russ was like Christian McCaffrey last year, we're not even having this discussion in the locker room. Russ has been bad for the last 2 years. All right, let's say bad 1 year, average another year. You understand? That's why we even in this quarterback competition anyway. That's why the Broncos say, we'll eat the $40 million, go play for $1 million for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why I feel like he should definitely be worried. You ain't making no money.
Has Justin ever been good? His years of playing, has he ever been in a good year?
A good year? No.
Good stretches.
Has he
He's
ever
had good games, not a good year.
Good stretches.
But see,
asking
you
you.
see the difference between
You don't
high
like Justin Fields? You don't think he's like that?
I'm saying, when you watch him play, do you think he's good? I think he's
He's good, yeah. He's
see,
not good all the time.
The problem is, y'all talking about him being an athlete. An athlete is cool, but you got to be a quarterback. When I watch him play, though, not even me watching him, though. How about his numbers tell you with it? At like 38, 39 games, he's won like 11 of them.
I think right now, him and Russ is the same dude, and he's more explosive. I think that's the problem. If this was Russ in Seattle and Russ when he was cooking and all that, it's a different
Now you
conversation.
start turning the ball over, though, That's how Mike Tomlin
Yeah, no
is going
question.
to sit you. You cannot turn the ball over your Justin Fields. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you kick 6 field goals. If you turn the football over, they are automatically going to go back to Russ because of the experience factor.
That bar, Acho, is so low. It's like stepping over the curb. Just don't turn the ball over. You get as bad as you want. Like, what are we talking about?
Don't. That's what they're
for both
preaching
of them, though.
But
the difference is, I think, at least thus far in their careers, Justin Fields' ceiling is Russell Wilson's floor. Like, the best Justin Fields has ever been is the worst Russell Wilson's ever been. And I think
what have you done for me lately?
Kind of
your point exactly.
And what's he done for him lately?
What's he done?
What's Russell done for me lately? Not great the last 3 years. Okay, been hurt. He's 35. He's the 3rd oldest quarterback in the NFL. All I'm saying is, look, if Russ goes out there and he plays, awesome. Like I'm a big Russ fan.
Yeah, big.